Gee, I like this story. The LAPD have decided, and regular viewers of this program will know that the late, great Stan Lee taught me how to read. Appreciation for the written word came through my Marvel comic experience. Enough said, thank you very much. Poorly written, but nevertheless it was enough said, as you say. But Stan Lee would be absolutely laughing, I'm sure, tonight if he was around to think that the LAPD have now developed a compound. Forget tasers, they're now going to go for a Spiderman spray that's going to work basically off something the size of a mobile phone, Colin, and if they see a bad guy, they're not going to get anywhere near them. They're going to immobilise them with gunk. I love it. Holy Peter Parker, this is fantastic. LAPD Spider-Man everywhere.
Absolutely fantastic. Love the idea. Too many guns in America anyway, so if the police can, you know, get hold of the crooks and suppress them with some sort of web or whatever this thing's going to be, a great idea. I mean, we should always be looking at great new technology because we know what the ultimate is when you shoot a gun. Sometimes you get it wrong and you've shot the wrong bloke. So, yeah, good initiative. And I wasn't a Marvel book reader, Gary, and maybe I missed out there. I'm like some other people. I was reading The Ghost when I was a kid.
Well, there you go. Well, look, I mean, there are classics in many genres. I mean, I was a DC guy. I was an equal opportunity cartoon reader. Michael Jeffrey. I mean, I don't mind confessing the Marvel thing. I found out Stan Lee had passed through Brisbane before I knew he was there, and I feel really angry because I would have paid the $160 to get his autograph when he came. But the idea of the LAPD shooting a web and I hope freezing somebody up onto the roof or something like that, wrapping them around a telegraph pole, I like it. It's good.
Yes, there's been so many. Coincidentally, I was reading a couple of days ago about all the things, the non-lethal ways of subduing bad guys, particularly when they're off their head. I mean, you don't want to kill them, but they're really a problem. And nets have been tried. Of course, the taser was going to be the answer for a while. I know a fellow who was a theatrical armourer. He allowed himself to be tasered, and it wasn't an enjoyable experience, but of course some people, if you've got a bad heart, it can actually kill them. But they've experimented with bolos, you know, those South American lasso things with weights on them to see whether they can throw them around people's legs, and this device is a little bit like that. Nets, for example, you know, anything to subdue the individual who's totally out of control without making it terminal. So I hope this works.
I mean, Scott Emerson, there is a reality that there are people who get off their face further and faster than ever before. So this is a real-life problem, all jokes aside.
Well, that's right. And look, this is, and as Mike just said, yeah, I can remember as a young reporter covering it as when they brought in tasers, and this is about looking for non-lethal ways of doing it. And particularly, obviously, as the situation at the moment, particularly with the ice epidemic out there, with people out there, you are looking for ways to restrain people who may be not with bad intent, but they're out of their minds for a variety of reasons want to do it. Look, and let me do a shout out for I'm a Marvel fan rather than a DC fan, and a shout out to Steve Dyko, who was a co-creator of Spider-Man there with Stan Lee, which shows how geeky I got to. But it is fascinating to see that kind of stuff you read about in comics suddenly coming into the real world with this, becoming your friendly neighbourhood police with their webs to restrain the bad guys.
Well, that's right. Now, look, I mean, we saw that on your resume. You didn't pad it out, the Stan Dyko geeky thing.